So this is not just a review, this is me living the life of a VW driver. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the VW T-Roc. In this review, not only do I tell you the cost of ownership and practicality, but I'll show you the features on the T-Roc, I'll take it for a drive, and most importantly, I lower the seat as much as possible, for that VW driver effect. I drive around in circles and I tell you everything you'd like to know about this car. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us get started. First things first, I just want to say VW just has that ability to bring out all the inner confidence in you. It just makes you feel like a rock star. That over there is a panoramic sunroof. If you want one, it's a 16,000 Rand extra, but look at it, worth it. You can't buy this car and not get the sunroof. Anyway, let's talk about how it drives. The VW T-Roc model I got is the design model, which has a 1.4 liter TSI engine. It produces 110 kilowatts and 250 Newton meters of torque. For those who've been with the channel for a while, you know that there is a 2-liter 4-motion R-Line model, which is quicker, faster, produces 140 kilowatts. But today we're on this one, so I'll talk more about how this drives a bit later. First, I want to show you the boot space. You open it by flicking the VW logo. I've always found that to be very cool, and that is your boot. Over there, you have through loading in case you have golf clubs, and surprise, surprise, you can adjust the floor on the boot. There is your spare wheel in case of an emergency, and when you put back the false floor cover, you'll notice you get 445 liters. This is one of the most impressive boots I've come across because I wasn't expecting it to be this big. As you can see, it can easily take both of PA suitcases and more. And by the way, this car comes with an electric tailgate. And as the boot closes, you'll notice the word T-Roc on it. Speaking of T-Roc, let's have a look at the reversing camera. Personally, I'm a big fan of how the camera is hiding beneath the badge. Very nice stuff, but that niceness is not free. If you want a reversing camera, you have to pay for it. It is an optional extra and it comes in at 4,900 Rand. Not only that, if you'd like that trailer hitch, removable and lockable, in other words, the tow bar, it'll cost you 9,900 Rand. And one more thing before the car drives off, that color, the two-tone Ascot grey with the black roof will cost you 4,100 Rand. At this point, I'm sure you're thinking, is everything an optional extra? No. What you're about to see right now is actually standard. It comes with park assist with park distance control. Yes, the VW T-Roc will park itself for free. Now, unlike the Everest Platinum though, you have to change the gear, you have to accelerate and brake, but it's the thought that counts. I'm also aware there are drivers who would prefer to park for themselves, so to help you, you have park distance control. You have rear parking sensors and you also have parking sensors in the front as well, just so you don't drive into things while you're maneuvering around parking lots. While we're here, let's take a quick look at the interior of the VW T-Roc. You obviously have an infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and by the way, you actually get different driving modes. I'll talk more about those a little bit later. With regard to your climate controls, you have these touch sensitive controls, so you slide your hand around. It feels like you're touching a touch screen basically. I'm not really a big fan of those, but on the plus side, you do get heated front seats and they come as standard. When it comes to your connectivity, you have 2 USB Type-C ports over there, and if you want wireless charging, it is an optional extra that comes in at 4,300 Rand. I never really got to experience what it's like to be a VW driver because of what happened with Janos. If you haven't seen the story of Janos, I'll leave a link in the description. So when I got this T-Roc, this was my chance to finally experience what it's like to drive a car with this much swag. I mean, look at me. I'm out there driving around, calling people's girlfriends. Look at the swag, guys. Buy a VW. Buy a VW. Okay, I'm calling PA, but you get the idea. VWs just have that thing, So I'm just putting it out there. Don't be surprised if you hear I bought a VW. I've let you know in advance. Anyway, if you're enjoying this review, don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support local YouTube, guys. It is the right thing to do. And by the way, this is the 27,000 subscriber special. Thank you so much for liking, for commenting, and for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Coming back to our review, those wheels you're looking at are actually not free. Those 18-inch alloy wheels are an optional extra that comes in at 7,700 Rand. After spending some money on those tires, you'll obviously want to take them out on the road. And let me tell you, the T-Roc will not disappoint you. This is a very fun car to drive. VW nailed it. Whether you're in eco mode or sport mode, you'll have a great time. Now, this is obviously the 1.4 liter engine. You might think it's not that good, but it's excellent. It does have turbo lag, so be on the lookout for that. But unless you've driven the R-Line 4Motion, you will not miss anything in this car. It is on point. As standard, you get adaptive cruise control. As you can see, I've set it to 120, but the car is currently moving at 74 because of the car in front. So I don't accelerate, I don't brake. And if the car in front of me starts to pick up speed, as you can see, your T-Roc will also pick up speed in response, which is a very nice system. But on that note, if you want the lane keeping and lane changing system, it is an optional extra. It comes in at 5,800 Rand. Now, before we talk prices or anything like that, I first have to show you the back seats. If you're buying this car for practicality, you will be disappointed because when it comes to legroom, that's as much as you're going to get. Anyway, you have rear air vents, and as you'll notice, there are two USB Type-C ports at the back. Moving on to the center armrest, it has a bit of a party trick. You can adjust the area depending on the size of your cup, and yeah, that's it for your back seats. Now, for those of you who have a child or children, you'll be happy to know it has ISOFIX points, so fitting a child seat is actually pretty easy in this car. You simply clip in the child seat on one side and the other side, and your baby is nice and safe. Well done, VW, well done. I'm sorry, I had to put that well done somewhere today. I realized I hadn't said it. Anyway, moving on. Now, before we do our cost of ownership, I just want to mention, do you see those lights over there? Those are not the IQ Matrix LED lights. No, if you want those, they'll cost you an extra 17,500 Rand. The car I had came with an ordinary sound system. It's actually not bad. I found it to be quite alright. But if you want the Beats sound system, it'll cost you 10,300 Rand. Now that I've brought all that up, the total cost of all the extras I've mentioned in this review is 80,500 Rand. Now, let's get to the base price of this car. 586,600 Rand. That is how much you can expect to pay for the VW T-Roc 1.4 TSI design without any optional extras. On finance, that is 11,468 Rand at 12% interest over 6 years, and a full tank will cost you 1,132 Rand at the current fuel price. And if you got an insurance premium of 2,400 Rand, it would bring your total cost of ownership to 15,000 Rand. Now, if you add all the optional extras I mentioned earlier, you can add 1,574 Rand on finance, which would bring your new total cost of ownership to 16,574 Rand. When it comes to your service plan, VW is actually pretty generous. You get a 5-year, 90,000 kilometer service plan, and you also have a 3-year, 120,000 kilometer warranty. Oh, and before I forget, while we're on the night scene, when you open and close your doors at night, that is what you'll see. Now, on the VW website, it says this car has ambient lighting. That is it. That white strip on the door, that is the ambient lighting. You can't change it to any other color. It stays just like that. When it comes to fuel consumption, the claimed fuel consumption is 6.3 liters to the 100. Now, because of how I drive, I was on sport mode. I couldn't help it. This car is just, it says drive me in sport mode. I was averaging around 8.1 to 8.4 liters to the 100, so I can't really blame the T-Roc for that. If you own a T-Roc, please share your ownership experience in the comments below. And while we're talking about the T-Roc, if you've forgotten what the 2-liter 4Motion R-Line model looks like, there it is. It's hot. If you haven't seen that review, I'll leave a link in the description. And that over there is a Polo GTI. Why am I showing it to you? I'll tell you one day. Anyway, for today, for all my VW fans, there is a review of the best Polo GTI, the Polo 6. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm showing it to you today because some people have been asking why I call them locals. If you want to know why, that's where it came from. Locals are the people who watch this channel. Whether you're watching from Kenya, Tanzania, Ghana, Mozambique, Zim, Botswana, Namibia, Swaziland, Lesotho, or India, the United Kingdom, United States of America, Australia, wherever you're watching from, whether you're a local or an international local, if you're watching this channel, you're a local and I'm grateful for you. Thank you for supporting local YouTube. And to all my South African viewers, you guys know, you know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Until the next one, take care. And don't think I forgot, Mr. How Much is proudly sponsored by changecars.co.za. As you can see on your screen, they have over 25,000 new and used cars for sale. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to do some car shopping. That over there is Revving with Ref. So she is a car reviewer just like myself with her own YouTube channel. So what you're seeing right now is a short interview I did in one of her videos. If you're looking for it, it is the video I've circled in blue. That over there is her YouTube channel. I'll also leave a link in the description if you want to watch it.